and how do we talk about it without like sensationalize it and without like objectifying Sarah?
Wow. Whew. It's a great question. I really appreciate that question too, because it's very interesting because sometimes I forget. I mean, I don't obviously forget about the anorexia element, but especially right now in this time of genocide, I'm thinking about the Palestine parts of the story, because I think the anorexia came after the
Yeah.
Nakba. It's connected to Palestine. So anyway, so for me, that's like first and foremost. But then I meet certain people that are like, oh, it's a book about anorexia. And I'm like, oh, that's not how I feel about it. But it is an important element. And it is like, if I didn't put that in the book, it would be a very different book. But
Yeah.
reckoning with it felt like really important.
Mhm.
And there's a whole community of people who are wrestling with, eating disorders or other mental health issues that aren't Palestinian, and they're my community too. And I was thinking about them while I was writing as well. But yeah, it's an interesting question because there is a whole genre that's pretty sensational, where it's just like, wow, how skinny did you get? Wow, like tell me, like, people go into like really intense details about their restrictions and things like that, and that can actually become a trigger
Yeah.
for other people who are still struggling. So I was trying to first and foremost, I was wondering like how do I not trigger people? And I did include like one or two details about food or weight, but it was I debated that, but it was a way to like give people context of like why I was in the hospital. But then after that, I wanted to be more not intellectual because it's a very visceral book, but like never let it be just one thing and never let someone get too like distracted by wow, how extreme, her her exercise habit was or things like that. So um, I think you're doing an amazing job. I mean, like, if everyone could be like you and, like, come with such thoughtful, warm questions that talk about multiple different themes
Yeah.
and how they do connect to the body, I think that's like, it's such a gift to me. And yeah, I tried to write it in a way that didn't give people as much material to sensationalize, because there are definitely editors who looked at the book who would have wanted to write it and publish it with me
Yeah.
that were looking for something much more sensational. I knew that was not the right route for me. So hopefully the book is a good place to start. It's not as sensational as others, and then readers like you are exactly who I was hoping the book would meet. So